Filtering the Flow, Integrated Mobility Planning for Sag Harbor.
Sag Harbor faces multiple issues that will continue to worsen with time. For such a small village, walkability should be more than possible, but is hindered by excessive vehicular traffic caused by poorly thought out intersections. A lack of bike lanes and public transit options also limits opportunity for alternative means of travel. The relatively low elevation of Sag Harbor also leaves it susceptible to major flood risks as sea levels continue to rise in the future.
Our proposal is laid out in three distinct phases. The first phase takes place in the current year and consists of redesigned intersections and bike lane additions for increased pedestrian mobility. Phase 2 is designed to be completed in the near future and includes the construction of a transit hub and transit node network around the village, as well as a community center and nature preserve. A system of acequias and bioretention basins will be implemented. Finally, the third phase will take place in the far future. It will feature an expansion of the LIRR to Sag Harbor. Flooding will also present a major issue where Sag Harbor needs to remain resilient. A series of canals will be implemented throughout the town in order to allow for flooding in a controlled way. These canals will also double as a line of transportation, strengthening Sag Harbor's maritime routes.
We decided to test the quality of Sag Harbor's walkability and cycling paths, recording POV as I biked around the village. An overall trip was roughly 30 minutes and could have been less if it weren't for the poor sidewalk conditions and lack of bike paths. Our solution would be a newly designed system of permeable bike paths, bike lanes, and new sidewalks all throughout Sag Harbor for pedestrians and cyclists to quickly navigate through. Specific intersection conditions and section locations are highlighted.
The redesigns incorporate new bike paths made of pervious pavement to absorb stormwater. A new system of acequias run along all major bike paths to further navigate flooding to large bodies of water and bioretention centers. These intersection redesigns incorporate new sidewalks and raised curb bike lanes in all residential neighborhoods, increasing the safety of bikers.
Condition A is located on Main Street, consisting of poor existing sidewalk conditions and lacking bike paths. The Phase 1 redesign proposal consists of new bike paths with permeability, new pervious sidewalks, and an acequia system to further irrigate flooding and stormwater. The future Phase 3 proposal consists of a large two-way canal system constructed on one side of the road to further irrigate flooding while providing a means of transportation. The soil dug up to create canals are transported throughout Sag Harbor to be repurposed as berms. Condition B is located on Bay Street and consists of poor existing sidewalk conditions and lacks bike paths. The Phase 1 proposal consists of new permeable sidewalks, new permeable bike paths, and an acequia system. The future Phase 3 proposal consists of a large two-way canal system constructed on one side of the road to further irrigate flooding while providing a means of transportation.
Condition C is located in a residential neighborhood across from the Pearson Middle and High School, lacking both bike lanes and sidewalks, while the existing sidewalk remains in poor condition. Our Phase 1 redesign would install new pervious sidewalks and paint bike lanes to create order in the road. New road markings and speed bumps by stop signs will also serve to ensure the safety of the students. Condition D is located on Germain Avenue by Meshashimit Park, consisting of poor sidewalks and no bike lanes. The Phase 1 redesign consists of a permeable bike path, new pervious sidewalks, and an acequia system connecting to Otter Pond. In Phase 3, this proposal will grow to include a large two-way canal system stemming from Otter Pond and a bridge to allow vehicles to pass over the canal.
The cyclist perspective demonstrates how a properly designed road with new sidewalks, bike paths, and road markings can increase the safety of pedestrians and cyclists. The commuter's perspective demonstrates how a road with proper road markings and paths dedicated to travelers can create order and prevent future incidents while increasing the safety of pedestrians and cyclists.
Phase 2 includes the creation of a transportation hub and community center in Sag Harbor to further streamline mobility and interaction between both residents and commuters.
A transportation network will be set up throughout Sag Harbor, breaking off from the main transportation hub and providing pavilions that will function as stops for both bike rentals and the future self-driving taxis.
The site of our proposed community and transportation center is currently a 24-acre government-owned lot, with few existing structures, resulting in minimal demolition and effect on the surrounding area. The transportation hub will streamline mobility for both residents and commuters by providing different transportation options depending on people's needs. These include bike rentals to use on the Phase 1 bike lane network, bus terminal, and self-driving taxis to quickly move around the village. The community center portion intends to provide a space where residents can gather to enjoy Sag Harbor's history. The rest of the site will be a nature preserve featuring an elevated path and bioretention basin filled with native flora and fauna.
The visitors' perspectives demonstrate the openness of the buildings and the welcoming environment they provide for Sag Harbor's residents as well as visitors and commuters.
These buildings will feature a unique facade that functions as a solution to present and future issues. Depending on the amount of sunlight a certain part of the building experiences, it will determine the density of the louvers on the facade. In the future, due to flooding concerns, the base of the building will be reinforced concrete that is designed to be submerged underwater. The inclusion of laminated and sealed glass windows in the concrete will provide for a unique experience, allowing for underwater viewing post-flooding.
The far future and chronological end of our proposal will consist of the Long Island Railroad extension and canal construction. At this point, there will be some significant increase in sea level rise, and Sag Harbor will need to undergo a level of change if it is to survive.
Berms using the excavated soil will be built north of Havens Beach to protect the homes of shoreline residents.
Over the next couple of centuries, sea levels are predicted to rise, with the worst-case scenario of 10 feet being very possible.
The site is designed to accommodate for flooding, with the path staying elevated above the water and remaining walkable. While Sag Harbor's envelope will change as a result of the flooding, the transit hub and canals will serve to ensure Sag Harbor is able to adapt.
Canal construction on select main roads and residential neighborhoods will provide alternate means of travel that adapts to nature rather than trying to control it.
Many buildings in Sag Harbor's commercial center, as well as residences deeper inland, will benefit from these modifications and allow the village of Sag Harbor to not only survive, but to thrive for long after.